Hi guys, welcome back to my Exvius guide. Now I'm gonna review Basch, like you know that he is a tanker. So let's compare him to 5 stars based tanker like Gladiolus and Wilhelm. So like you can see that his health is the lowest, but his spirit and defense are the highest, especially compared to Gladiolus. For passive, he is very good. He gets health plus 40%, which is higher than unawakened Wilhelm, who only gets 30%. But his awakening is already available. You can get 60% health boost for Wilhelm. Basch gets 50% defense and spirit, which are very high. It is kind of similar to unawakened Wilhelm. Wilhelm gets 5% more defense but 5% lower in spirit. So basically on base stats they are kind of similar. Basch doesn't have any threshold protection though, but it is okay because Ramza or Soleil able to cover that weakness. Basch deal extra 50% damage to undead. I think this one is useless. Against normal undead you can simply kill them using Rage or Phoenix Down, but against strong undead which resists against white magic, he won't be able to do decent damage because his low attack stats. Basch has a counter healing like Warrior of Light. He can counter physical attack with self-healing. The healing amount depends on your spirit. Luckily, this counter has high multiplication, 16 times. From my calculation, if you have about 400 spirit, you will heal about 3 to 4,000, which is good because it can happen twice per turn. You probably able to heal your health back to full. The chance is only 30%, but it is quite high considering the number of hits he gonna take as an AoE physical tanker. For magical attack counter, he will restore his MP, but I don't think it is important, because his skills don't cost a lot of MP, Normal MP battery regen should be able to handle his MP pool really well. Also, unlike Warrior of Light, Basch learns auto refresh. Warrior of Light, Warrior's Pride restore MP, and it is important because he doesn't have auto refresh. So the MP restore counter is really essential for Warrior of Light, but not that much for Basch, It is still nice though, especially if the enemy use magic to drain your MP or whatever, You can hope that this counter will be triggered and your MP will be restored. So yeah, I prefer health restore counter, but yeah, let's just deal with the fact, Enough about stats, let's take a look on his abilities. His main selling point is 2 AoE tanking skills, Twilight and Down Guard. Twilight will guard your allies from magic attack and Down Guard from physical attack. So the thing that makes them special is the chance of them happening is very high, 75%. So it is way higher than your normal AoE protection, which has about 50 to 60%. The only skill that can compete with Down Guard is Warrior of Light's Awakened, like it's with us. For magic, Mystea cannot compete because it is inferior in chances and mitigation. Like you can see here, these 2 skills are really great. However, you need to know that this skill cannot happen at the same turn. So you really need to know which guard to use when fighting the enemy. You don't want to trigger your AoE physical tanking when the enemy use AoE magical attack. It is also same case if you bring 2 AoE tankers to the battle. Let's say Mystea and Warrior of Light. Only one of them able to protect all your allies, Once Mystea protect your allies from AoE magic, then Warrior of Light, like it's with us, not gonna work on that turn. So this is not a Basch weakness, okay? It is simply a game mechanic. So basically, Basch is, yeah, more worthy to become AoE magic tanker instead of physical. Because like I have said before, Awakened like is with us is on par with Down Guard. But yeah, nothing comparable to Twilight Guard. Also, Basch has more advantage than Mystea because he able to equip shield. Like you know that magical attack usually have an element. This means Basch able to adapt very well. So enough about his AoE tanking skills, they are very good and really worthy. He also has eraser skills like Warrior of Light. This is really good because that means you don't need to hesitate if you get him and want to replace your Warrior of Light. Until this time, these two skills, okay, are the reason why I always use Warrior of Light in the battle. Not only erasers, okay, Basch also get more powerful breaking skills. However, they only break one stats per use, which may be not that good if you fight enemy who use both type of attack. They deal 3 times damage to one enemy, but you can ignore the damage because Basch has low attack stats. The effect is 50%, so it is only 5% higher than your eraser skills. You may not use the attack or magic break, okay, but defense and spirit break may be still useful because you rarely need defense and spirit break at the same time unless you are using hybrid characters. Having this, okay, give Basch a lot of options. Simply use those eraser skills and on the next turn you can use single break skill depend on the battle condition. Okay, 5% may give you huge difference, okay. Also, these single break skills last for 5 turns, okay, so yeah, they are pretty long and the MP cost is kind of small in my opinion, so very good skill, okay. The last skill is Commander's Order. This is good buff if you don't have Soleil or Awakened Ramza, but even if you have Soleil, this can still be useful on the beginning of the battle because Soleils cannot buff both defense and spirit on the first turn. The MP cost is really high considering it is only 70% buff, okay, so don't use it unless it is really necessary. His LB is kinda useless. If only his LB is like Wilhelm or Mystea, then Basch gonna be totally OP characters. But this, okay, actually not that useless, okay, because it adds 3 physical evasion for yourself for 3 turns. But the damage is basically non-existent, okay, because yeah, basically you won't deal a lot of damage with this. Don't bother to level up this one because it only increases the damage, not the evasion number. In my opinion, they should give 5 evasions at the maximum level because yeah, what the damage for, okay, I don't know how they designed him, okay. The requirements for this LB is also ridiculous. It needs 26 LB crystal, so yeah, I don't think this is good LB. This is very bad, so leave it alone. So those are all his abilities. Now let's talk about his equipment. Another good thing about Basch is he able to equip almost all equipment on this game. This means you can simply search for a weapon that give you health, defense, or spirit. This means, yeah, he may need that holy one for insane spirit boost. No need to look at weapons attack because it is useless for him. You can also equip him with rope if you want to make him into magical tanker. Personally, I equip my Basch with mighty hammer because it gives him 15% health, but that's limited equipment. You can also equip him with staff of wrath if you manage to have one because yeah, it increases your defense and spirit. So enough about equipment. My conclusion for Basch, he is very good tanker. However, he has few weaknesses. First, he doesn't have 100% provoking skill. You may say, give him Golem, but that's only 70%. Even with Judge Magister's Cloak, you only reach 90% provoke rate. That's a good thing, but on long battle, you don't want to take that chance. Imagine on Marlboro battle, it swallow your healer because of that 10% chance. Okay, this means you may need to bring 2 tankers on some battle, one for provoking and Basch for AoE tanking. I can say that Basch is able to replace current global AoE physical tanker, okay, but for AoE magic tank, it is kinda hard to decide. Not because Basch is inferior, but because Mystea able to give your party 42% damage mitigation. Remember that only one AoE tanking, which can be active, okay, on every turn. So AoE damage mitigation buff still play important role for your party survivability. Other characters like Riku, Crow, only able to give you 30% mitigation. So yeah, 12% is quite big, okay? The thing I want to say here is, Basch is not a game changer. Sure, he is great, but I don't think having him will give big impact for your party, especially if you already have Warrior of Light and Mystea. Okay, so yeah, the game changer character is like Ayaka, okay? Because yeah, getting Ayaka will make your party really strong. So I think if you don't get Basch, okay, but don't have Ayaka, I think you should save your tickets for waiting for later CG Fina, okay, because she is also great healer and will make huge impact on your party than Basch, okay. There are many budget replacement for Basch, okay. Basch Trustmaster Reward is the best shield for a tanker. It gives you high defense and spirit boost. The 10% evasion is also good, especially for AoE physical tanker like him. Zidrich is better if you like 15% health boost, but I prefer this one, okay, so it is just a matter of personal preference. I give Basch perfect 10 as an AoE tanker. He is perfect as a tanker. He also has good breaking skills. If only he has that damage mitigation buff, I probably give him 10++, okay, as his score. But for now, perfect 10 is enough, okay. So yep, I think that's all you need to know about Basch. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys.